Welcome back to Senior Moments. I'm Michelle Runyon, Director of Community Engagement for Hunt Community, and I'm very, very happy to have with us today Kelly Kennedy, who is the Executive Director of our At Home by Hunt program. And it's a very intriguing concept. It's different.
It is.
And I'd love for you to explain, give us an overview of what it is, and then we can take a deeper dive.
Okay. So At Home by Hunt is a continuing care at home program. We're unique to New Hampshire. We're the only ones in New Hampshire. And we follow the philosophy of a continuing care retirement community. So basically you join when you're healthy, and then as you're aging in place, we coordinate and bring services to you so that you can age successfully in place. So it's for people who are 62 and older. You have to be a resident of New Hampshire. And then again, as you're aging, your goal is to remain in your home, and we help you do that. So.
And the beautiful thing about it is because, of course, here at Hunt Community, we're a retirement community, and people live here. They move into their own apartment and live here, and they benefit from all of the amenities that we have here. Right. The At Home by Hunt program allows you to stay in your home. So if you're not ready, or that community lifestyle is just not something that appeals to you, you still get the benefit of being part of a retirement community.
It's the best of both worlds, really.
It's actually,
you're staying in your home, you're living your best life out in the community, but you can participate in anything that's going on, and there's always something going on within the community.
So that's an important piece of it. So let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
So you can be an at-home member. That's my little nickname for them, at home, because At Home by Hunt is a lot to say.
It's a lot.
So we'll say at home.
Yeah.
You can be an at-home an at-home member, but you can join absolutely everything that's happening, not just at Hunt Community, but also at our sister community, the Huntington.
Yes, both communities are members, and they do. We have quite a few members that take part in the fitness groups. There's philosophy, your head talks, they are joining in these programs. And I think what helps is, there's that comfort and there's that welcoming sense. So residents who are living here in the communities get to know the members, and it's that family, it's really just being part of the Silverstone Living family.
Because you do feel like you're a member of the community, even though you're not living inside the community, because the at-home members come so frequently that everybody gets to know them.
True,
Staff gets to know them, the residents get to know them, and so they come and go as part of the neighborhood.
Right.
We'll call it the neighborhood.
The neighborhood, yes.
Yes. Now, interestingly, because it just dawned on me, because you said Silverstone family.
Yeah.
So I think it might be a great idea to explain what Silverstone is. Would you explain Silverstone, the parent company, and then what that involves?
Yeah, so Silverstone Living, actually, there are 4 entities now incorporated with Silverstone Living. We have Hunt Community, the Huntington at Nashua, At Home by Hunt, and now Webster at Rye over in the Seacoast. So and so we consider ourselves a family. And the nice thing with whether you're moving into one of the communities or you're a member with At Home by Hunt, you're part of that family. And being a part of At Home by Hunt, it allows you to be a part of, like we were just talking about, being involved in the communities and so forth. But it also gives you options, because a lot of our members who start with At Home by Hunt, they may think as they're joining that they want to stay home. That's their goal. It's our goal to have them remain in their homes. But life happens. Sometimes there's changes that occur. And so things change for them, and this gives them options. So being a part of Silverstone Living gives you the option to either remain in your home or come into one of the communities.
And the
Yeah.
fact that they've been within the communities and a member and participating makes that so much
Yes,
easier because they
yes.
know everybody and everybody knows them.
Yes, and it's not uncommon for people they're participating in the activities, they're becoming more comfortable, like you said.
Yes.
And that helps that decision that maybe this is the better place for them, you know. But there's two ways you can do it. So we talked about coming independent, but then there's also need for extended care, like assisted living and healthcare. Hunt and the Huntington offer those levels of care as well, and Webster at Rye only offers that level of care. You know,
Yes.
they're a skilled facility, so they offer assisted living, memory care. They have a dedicated memory care unit. They have their healthcare and short-term rehab up there or over there at the Seacoast. So as a member, you have those options of going into the different communities. As an at-home member, if you are aging in place at home and things change and it's not feasible for you to be at home anymore, then you can transition into one of those higher levels of care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it is built in. You don't have to go through all that distress
Yeah.
about finding
Yes.
a place. You've already had all your questions answered
Yes.
up front. You've been a member, you've been involved. It's a really smooth
yes.
and comfortable transition.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, there's more to it than just that. While you're at home, aging in place,
Yeah.
you receive services.
It's true.
So what are, can you talk
Yeah.
about the
So
services?
there's a couple of different perks to the program, but one of the major pieces is the care coordination or the care management. As people are aging in place, if their health changes and they do need support in their home, we work with surrounding home care agencies and we manage that care. So our members are not having to do that. Their families are not having to do that. It's really that peace of mind of having an advocate in place for you to be able to do all of that. So then you're not having to stress.
So they're being monitored,
they are.
and you've got quite a team
We do. Yeah.
doing that monitoring.
Yes,
And
yeah.
it blows my mind for the size of your program.
Yes. Yeah. We have
you
about
have-
120 members right now.
And
so,
you have you have the three of you, and could you talk a little bit about your team because you've
yes, I
got
know.
the most amazing team.
We do. I'm very lucky. We have a great team. But yes, so as a member of At Home by Hunt, you are assigned a life plan coordinator. So between the three of us, myself, Diane, and Pam, one of us will be assigned to our member, and we're in touch with them at least once a month. We're checking in, we're making sure that things are going okay. As they need care and services, we are connecting more often. You know, we're able to touch base and make sure that they're getting what they need. Now, my experience is in case management and social work, and Diane and Pam are both nurses, so you get that whole picture approach.
Yes.
But you really get three of us because we work very closely as a team. We're covering for each other all the time. We know our members.
I work very closely with a lot of the at-home members.
Yeah.
They come to a lot of the programming that I do. So I also know that they feel so comfortable reaching out to your team for anything, anything
That's
at
great.
all.
That's nice to hear.
So
because
it is
that's what we're there for.
It's a great support system.
There are some amazing people.
We do.
Like the person
Doing,
you
I know the person,
the
yeah,
person
the
videoing us,
right.
you know, no, there really are just some amazing people that have been through such great experiences and just living their best life. And what great models, you know, it's amazing to be able to work with people like this. And even whether they're residents here in the communities or our members with At Home by Hunt, they're just amazing people, you know?
The At Home by Hunt members, you know, when they're coming in, they really are participating and becoming a part of the community, and they're very willing, you know, to do things for the community.
Yeah.
So I actually have several At Home by Hunt volunteers.
I love that. Yeah.
So
that's
they're
great.
coming into the, you know, they would like to, you know, contribute.
Yeah.
And this is a great way. There's just so many creative options
Yes, yeah.
and ways that you can volunteer. And so I've got a lot.
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that connection, it's staying involved. And the other piece of our program, I talked a little bit about the care management, but the wellness aspect of the program is huge, you know, and so all of that is part of that wellness, you know, and
Yes.
just it's helping people stay healthy. I think, you know, the word wellness, you think of that, but it really is important in your
It's
health.
the
you
whole
know.
person.
It's the whole person.
whole entire
Yeah,
person.
there's so many aspects to wellness, but really, it's just staying connected, staying busy, having a purpose. You know, it's important.
So At Home by Hunt is statewide.
It is, yes. We service all of New Hampshire. I hesitate a little bit because the further north you go beyond Concord, we really, if we have people that are interested in the program that are living further north, we really just want to vet their area and make sure that there are home care agencies in that area, because remember, the major piece of our program is that care management, and we want to make sure that we can get them the care and services that they need.
Right, you want to fulfill your promises.
Yeah. The majority of our members so far have been in the southern New Hampshire area. We go as far out as Hancock, and then we have our Seacoast members as well. We have about 26 members in the Seacoast area now. So
Logistically, it would make sense that those particular members wouldn't be accessing, you know, maybe from time to time for certain major events or something like that.
Yeah.
How do you keep them involved in the family, in the Silverstone family? How do you communicate with them?
Yeah. So again, remember, we're in touch with our members at least once a month. We're touching base with all of them. But for our Seacoast members, or people who are living out further, we make sure that we're keeping them connected with their community. So if it's important for someone to be part of their senior center, we make sure that they know what's going on at their senior center. Portsmouth has a wonderful senior center, you know, so we're passing that calendar out. We're connected with them. We have partnerships in all of our communities where our members are living, so we make sure that we're getting information out to them as needed. We want them to stay connected in their communities as much as they want to. Now, remember, we have members that really don't want to be connected. They are living their life. They're working. We have people who are consulting and working, and you know. But if it is important for them, then we make sure we're staying educated on what's going on around them. So,
and I know that you utilize technology to bring everyone together.
Yeah,
so don't you have Zoom
We do.
meetings?
We're Zoomers, and we dove into that a lot more during, dare I say, the C word.
The C word.
But during COVID, and when there was that period where people could not get out, we vamped up on our Zooms and that technology, and we were connecting that way for people. So it's continued, and we actually will continue to do virtual meetings. I have a quarterly meeting that I do with our members, just letting them know, you know, what any changes that are happening. Because remember, I have people that they aren't coming in, you know, and so they are still interested in what's happening with Silverstone Living.
Yeah.
So we're making sure that we're staying connected that way. But
And I also know, in addition to that, you send out, you have a newsletter.
yes, yep.
And
yours.
And I do a newsletter.
Yeah, the Hunt Happenings
and
goes out.
There's an activities calendar that our Life Enrichment's director publishes once a month.
Yeah, and both communities, yeah.
At both communities. So all of those things are sent every month
Yes.
to all of the at-home members,
Yes.
so that they know exactly what's going on and they wouldn't miss out on.
Exactly.
On
And we have
anything
members
happening.
who aren't technologically savvy still, and that's fine if that's if
Do
that's
you
the
mail?
case.
Do
We
you?
do.
Oh my gosh.
We still snail mail.
Oh my
but
goodness.
Yes, and again, remember, we have people that, you know, they're aging in place, but they're in their 90s and they don't care about the computer still. They don't care about emailing.
Right.
And that's okay. You know, we
Right.
have a list of people that we know aren't really zooming in or, you know, checking their emails and so forth. So, yes, we're making sure that we're mailing things out to them as well. Just making sure that they're staying connected too.
What are some of the frequent questions you might get when you're holding, so you know, you're holding like an open house event?
Sure.
and people have concerns because this is so very different
Yeah,
and unique,
Yeah.
and it could be a little confusing for
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
So what are some of the questions that you get that will clarify
Yeah.
what at home is?
I mean, what are you is the,
Right,
the biggest one,
yes.
because people just really, it's a newer concept. We've only
Yes.
been around for 13 years. We were
Yes.
established in 2011. So it's really getting that education out to people. Our presentations are really, they're pretty involved because we start from a history, where we came about, and then we kind of go through a little bit of everything. We talk about the care management, we talk about the wellness piece, the financial preservation, because that's huge. Much like moving into one of our communities, you really are preserving assets. We're asking you to become a member, and there's an upfront cost and so forth. But then it secures you, and it secures your assets. So we get asked about that, and how that works. We are an alternative to long-term care insurance, but we work with people who have long-term care insurance in place already. People want to know how that works as well, and really, we mirror long-term care insurance in that we have a monetary benefit. We help pay for services down the line when people age in place. We have a monetary daily benefit, much like a long-term care insurance. But we're so much more because of that wellness piece and that care management.
And the personal touch.
And the personal touch, yeah.
I think that's
It's just-
key.
Yeah. And people want to know. They want to know why other people are joining the program. So it's not uncommon for me to have members come to the presentations, current
yeah.
members.
Yes.
And then they talk about what enticed them to join, and, what the benefits, what they're involved in and how things are going for them. It just helps to hear that. So it's hard to answer like specific questions, but truly it's a little bit of everything, because you're educating people on what the program is, and then you're talking about how people really truly benefit from it every day. So yeah.
If somebody were curious and wanted more information, how would they go about getting it?
Yeah, so we have our website, so silverstoneliving.org. At Home by Hunt has their own tangent to the website as well, so that's at homebyhunt.org. You can call me anytime. Honestly, it's really open door, and I love having conversations one-on-one with people. But we have presentations as well. So
Well, tell me about how would people know about your presentation?
yeah, so we'll do mailers out. I know that's a little old school too, but on the website, we really are keeping up to date on when we have presentations and so forth. So I always direct people to the websites, just looking at current information that way. Or again, just call me directly and I can let you know what's upcoming.
It's
Yeah.
evident that you all truly, sincerely love what you do.
Yeah.
It's a dedicated team, and the care for each member is
Right. And I could say that for all of Silverstone Living, for all of the
Yeah, that's
communities.
very
It's really,
Yeah.
people love what they do every day, and
Yes.
we get to work with incredible people. So why wouldn't
we really do.
Yeah.
We really do. And we like mingling, getting them to mingle
Yes. Yeah.
and getting them to know one another.
Yes, that's so important.
So I'm going to put up the website, the
Okay.
Silverstone Living website.
Yes, please.
And from that site, they're going to be able to connect to At Home by Hunt is
Yep.
what they're looking for.
Yep.
At Home by Hunt.
Yep. And the Silverstone Living website, it encompasses all of the communities, obviously, but there you'll navigate through tabs, and there should be an events tab as well.
And
You
there's a
can click on that.
Facebook page.
There's a Facebook page.
So if
yeah.
people wanted to
LinkedIn,
see-
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got all the social medias,
It's a unique and wonderful alternative that's affordable,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
And the benefits are really, truly outstanding.
Right.
And so that's why I was so excited to have you on
Well,
today.
thank you. It's
And I
lovely
want
to be here.
to thank you for being here and sharing about At Home,
Yeah.
but also about your team,
Yeah.
your incredible team.
Honestly, they're great. Yeah, come see us anytime. You know
Okay.
that. So
Thank you, Kelly.
Yes, thank you.